any on any Jesus Martinez should be sold, and Arsenal should use the money to buy better quality players to improve the squad. Now, first of all, I disagree with the fact that you put Jesus and Martinelli in that list. I understand Nelson has not done well. I understand Smith Rowe. We've given him enough chances. Unfortunately, he's still struggling with the fitness, availability, and match sharpness. So it's time to move him on. And we know Aston Villa were interested. Maybe they'll come back in the summer. Nelson, it's time to move on. He had his chances. He flattered to deceive. He's not good enough. Vieira has had his injury problems. I think Vieira will not be sold. He has quality in him. It's for him to get fit. And I believe the club and Arteta will give Vieira time. So I don't expect Vieira to be sold. For Eddie, I agree with you. It's time to move Eddie on. How many chances would Eddie have? I don't think Eddie is good enough for the top level, but Eddie can do a job. Welcome to the present. If you are yet to strike the like button, come on, consider striking the like button. Very important for the growth of the channel and for us to be, move around the algorithm. Very important to strike the like button. Subscribe. I'll be eternally grateful if you subscribe, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Extremely important. So let's discuss the fact that some of our French players, aka Arteta calls them impactors, have not been up to scratch, and we have to move them along and try to replenish the squad in the summer. Now we know the season has not ended. 3 more games for Arsenal, 4 more games for Man City, advantage Man City, but I still have hope. There is a good amount of hope that Arsenal can still win the league. Let's keep winning our games and let's see if Man City will succumb to the pressure. So let me read this message, the comment rather I saw this morning regarding the video I made. You guys are not talking about the average players who can't improve the team. Smith Rowe, Nelson, Vieira, Eddie, Lokonga, Tierney, on any Jesus Martinez should be sold, and Arsenal should use the money to buy better quality players to improve the squad. Now, first of all, I disagree with the fact that you put Jesus and Martinelli in that list. I understand Nelson has not done well. I understand Smith Rowe. We've given him enough chances. Unfortunately, he's still struggling with the fitness, availability, and match sharpness. So it's time to move him on. And we know Aston Villa were interested. Maybe they'll come back in the summer. Nelson, it's time to move on. He had his chances. He flattered to deceive. He's not good enough. Vieira has had his injury problems. I think Vieira will not be sold. He has quality in him. It's for him to get fit. And I believe the club and Arteta will give Vieira time. So I don't expect Vieira to be sold. For Eddie, I agree with you. It's time to move Eddie on. How many chances would Eddie have? I don't think Eddie is good enough for the top level, but Eddie can do a job at a West Ham, at a Crystal Palace, as a Brighton or a Brentford. Is good enough for those mid-table clubs. Lokonga, he cannot get a club at in England, even though he's alone at Luton. Well, he has not decided we are Luton by the injuries he sustained. He has been actually good at Luton. Whether Luton will take him on a permanent if they survive in the Premier League, or will send him to a European team. For Tierney, on loan at Sociedad, unfortunately, he has had the same issue that had at Arsenal, injury problems. Will Sociedad take the risk and permanent him? We don't know. Or we'll get on that club to permanent, to sell him permanently. We'll find out in summer. Tavares is not on this list. Tavares is at Nottingham Forest. He's barely getting a game. He's been back fit, but he's barely getting a game. And then he should be leaving because his deal runs out. For Jesus, I understand Arsenal dropped the news, Gunnar dropped the news, causing the Athletic this morning, saying that Arsenal will consider offers for Jesus. Keyword, consider offer for Jesus. I mean, if the right offer comes, we'll consider taking him, not because Jesus has suddenly become a bad player, but the struggle for fitness and availability is a problem. The knee injury has been a problem this season. His availability has been absolutely abysmal. So you can understand why Arsenal will be frustrated and consider selling him. For Martinelli, objectively, Martinelli has a poor season. I agree, but selling Martinelli will be a fool's errand. It will be horrific and idiotic for Mikel Arteta, Richard Garlick, Edu to consider the sale of Martinelli. Like, you don't just sell a player because he had a bad season. Martinelli is a quality player that just had a bad season. I don't think we should sell Martinelli. So for me, Jesus, Asteric, Martinelli won't be sold. Vieira will not be sold. Those are quality players. For the rest, Mitro, Nelson, Lokonga, Eddie, Tierney, Ramsdale, those guys should be sold and can fetch us decent money that we have to reinvest to improve the squad, because navigating the Champions League and the Premier League with intent, not just passing by, but with intention to win both competitions, we need top quality players, not just average players, quality players that have availability and quality. If you remember, the last summer we bought in four quality players in Timber, quality. Unfortunately, he suffered that ACL injury. Before then, we've not had Timber doesn't have those kind of injury records, but unfortunately, ACL is an injury that is unique that can happen to anybody unplanned. So I won't consider calling Timber injury prone. But Raya has been available, except from not playing against his parent club because he's on loan from Brentford. So he has been available for the matches. Kai has been available for all the matches. Declan Rice has been available for all the matches. So we brought in quality and availability. So the mantra for this transfer window should be the same thing: quality and availability. Mikel Arteta, in my opinion, need at least 16 to 17 quality players that when we interchange them, the quality doesn't drop. But right now, the team that we have, if you bring in a Rhys Nelson, bring in a Smith Rowe, the quality drops significantly. We need to bring in players that if you take away a Saliba, Odegaard, even a Kai Havertz, the quality does not drop significantly. So those are the kind of players we need to go to the market to, not just quality. We have to be very, very careful. We're not just going to the market to bring in quality. We are bringing in quality and availability. We know when it comes to buying players, there's nothing guaranteed 100%. Just like I said, Timber never had injury issues in Holland. Unfortunately, he suffered that horrific ACL injury. Partey never had injury issues. Atletico Madrid, he came to England, he had those injury issues. So we have to try our best to do our due diligence to bring in quality players that have availability. And it's not about just having quantity. If having the right quantity plus quality and availability to navigate the Premier League, because you are competing against a juggernaut like Man City, you have to have quality and availability. If you're going to do something impactful in the Champions League against a Madrid, against a Bayern, a PSG, you need quality and availability. So the mantra for this someone has to be availability. And I agree with you. We have to sell well this time, but that's not just contingent on Edu. Edu cannot force the buyers to buy these players for so amount. If we as fans can see these players are not good enough, you think the sellers are going to offer a ridiculous amount of money? So sometimes I think Edu, Richard Garlick, and the recruitment team and the selling team is not giving a fair, or you guys are not just fair on them about, oh, Edu doesn't sell well. Like, will you do a better job? Will you do a better job selling players we consider not good enough, but somehow the buyers should consider to come and overrate them and overbuy them? It doesn't work that way. We have to try, no, and negotiate something fantastic. But on the flip side, you have to understand that the buyers to understand and see what we see. If we think these players are not that great, why should the buyers come and overpay for them? So something like that. Let's be reasonable in our assessment of how we assess, how we sell players in this club, right? So I think Ramsdale will fetch a decent fee. Eddie will still get a club in England. It's a decent age. Even though he's not a player for the top level, Eddie can do a job at a Brentford, a Brighton, a mid-table club, a West Ham. Eddie will do a decent job. Smith Rowe will do a decent job at an Aston Villa. Aston Villa are interested in Smith Rowe. Rhys Nelson can get a mid-table club. Those players are not bad players. They are English players that can do a decent job. If they can't do a good job at a top club, but at the mid-table club, I believe they can actually do a decent job. So let's see how Arteta is going to do. Edu is going to recruit so-called substitute players or impactors, as he calls them, for this coming summer. It should be very interesting. Now, regarding the league, we have 3 more games. Man City have 4 more games. Let's see. I still have hope. There's that glimmer of hope that we can still win the league this season. Now, it's still advantage Man City, and Man City could win all their games, and we can win all our games, and Man City win the league. Fair game to them. Congratulations to them. But let's see what is going to happen. This media writing us off totally that, oh, there's no that chance. There's still a chance. There's still more than a mathematical chance that Arsenal can win the league. And regarding recruitment for this summer, I think Arsenal is going to do something significant. Arsenal, they've shown us in the last 2 summers that they know what they are doing, and I believe it will continue this summer. And those players who didn't make the cut will have to go, no matter the sentimental attachment some of us have towards these players. It's time to cut ties objectively and move on. And for Jesus, like I said, if right offer comes, let him go. And if you don't have the right offer and the surgery goes successful, he can still be useful in the squad. And for Martinelli, it's a no-brainer. I know he's going to stay. Martinelli is not going anywhere. Even though he had a poor season, next season doesn't mean he's going to have a poor season. For Vieira, I've seen enough quality in Vieira, and I know he's going to stay. So I understand our frustrations regarding certain players. Other players like Smith Rowe, I've been given multiple chances to change our minds, and they've not done that. And I think it's time to let them go, unfortunately. Let me know what you think in the comment section regarding these players, regarding this conversation regarding the potential recruitment, the aka impactors and substitutes, how we're going to build our squad that can be very competitive in the Premier League and Champions League. Let me know what you think in the comment section. On your way out, be kind enough to like the video, very, very important. Subscribe here to subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one.